Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. Sorry it's been so long, I had family visiting so I didn't get a chance to upload anything, but hopefully we can get back to it now. So in the description box below will be your timestamp. You can go straight to your reading. Group 1's on the left, 2 in the middle and 3 on the right. There's also a link to my Facebook page. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can contact me there, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Hi everyone, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 1. And I'm just going to jump straight in. I ended up getting 3 cards for each section, so there's a bit to go through here. And as always, we'll start with the masculine's headspace. So, okay. For the masculine's headspace, we have 10 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 10 of Wands. I feel like the masculine at this point is starting to make plans for the future with the feminine, really grounded plans, wanting to really move forward with the connection, perhaps has made some sort of offer for deeper commitment, and is sitting with either the response from the feminine or sitting with his own transition in life. I feel like there's something that's either recently ended or needed to end, a heavy burden to be put down so that the masculine can move forward with the feminine, and really wants to move forward in a committed way that is working towards the same common goal to build stability within the connection. And the 10 of Pentacles is often about, you know, those higher commitments like buying a house or the business, or bringing things together, moving in together, that next step sort of thing. And the masculine here in the middle is sort of a bit of soul searching, a bit of going within to feel his way through this. There's a 10 of Wands, 2 10s here, so we are talking about the ends of cycles and the beginnings of new cycles, and sitting with that. In the heart space, very similar energy. We have the Fool of 3 major arcanas, right? A lot of internal processing for the masculine at this time. We have the Fool, the Death card, and the Sun. So in a total transformation and a new beginning for the masculine. It's something, it's like, is really, really settling with the idea that the past is in the past, and or whatever those hard journeys or lessons learned are, they're truly being put to rest so that the masculine can transform his life into something that gives him more joy, brings him so much more happiness, and he truly feels like that happiness involves having the feminine in his life. You, if you are the feminine I'm speaking with. We've got this fresh new beginning energy with the Fool. We've got transformation energy with the Death card, and joy with the Sun. So really, truly ready to just fall into this connection and truly commit, taking things to the next level. Really, yeah, a little bit of, there's a little bit of uncertainty, like, is the feminine going to receive me? Am I going to be accepted? Am I going to be rejected? There's a little bit of that coming up for the masculine, but mostly it's just true, deep hope and wishes to come together with the feminine. The way the masculine's viewing the feminine at this time: 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the Stars. Such gorgeous cards in this reading. So the feminine, if I did get the feeling that the feminine may be working in the it's humanitarian type projects, or healing, nursing, providing care, that sort of generous kindness, and she's very successful in what she's doing at this time. I feel like she's sort of just really coming into her power in a way, and the masculine's watching that from afar and really liking it, really liking the success that's coming to the feminine at the moment, which is well deserved, well earned. The feminine has been just totally kicking goals right now, I'm hearing. And what I liked about these two is, it's like the feminine this is the pose, the victory pose towards all the people that are giving you recognition for your hard work at this time, but also just quietly. The feminine's got her own hopes that are outside of this. Yes, this is great and fantastic, but there's something else I'm feeling that the feminine maybe doesn't talk about so much, but wants to align with, wants to attract, has hope for. So it's almost like there's a very special personal side to the feminine that only the masculine gets to see, and he's aware of that too. In the desire for the connection, these two just flopped out together, and I was like, wow. King and Queen of Wands. And then the Page of Wands too, of course. So lots of wands here, lots of passion, trying new things in the bedroom if that applies. Really exciting times ahead there. Just really enthusiastic about each other. The masculine, this is the masculine desire moving forward. He wants to just dive into the passion. And get out into nature together, try new things together, have adventures. There's just so much here about fun, play, expression, and what better time than Leo season to really embody some of that beautiful, gorgeous solar plexus energy, sacral energy. Totally. And then the most likely action from the masculine, I like this, I respect this. We've got the Temperance, the King of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So the masculine isn't wanting to be pushy. He's wanting to give the feminine the space she needs to process, to be where she's at, to continue the magical work she's doing, to give herself the rest she needs. But he also wants to come forward with these beautiful offers of love and chivalry, romance. Really wants to take the feminine out on a date if that applies, or just there's really some plans going on in the masculine to just enjoy time together, but not wanting to push. The Temperance is about balance, moderation, and patience. So yeah, the masculine's like not wanting to. I get this energy of the masculine doesn't want to screw up for some reason. Doesn't want to screw it up this time or again if that applies. He wants to get it right. He doesn't want to smother the beautiful flame that he sees. That he wants to witness this gorgeous flame. He doesn't want to smother it. And this is the flame. The feminine's holding it right here, right? And look at the huntress type, predatory in a nice way. Love it. I'll go on to the Oracle cards straight away. For the masculine, we have Inner Strength. And it was funny, I was shuffling the cards in reverse. I'm like, is he having a bit of trouble with inner strength? And I feel like this is very much also Temperance, just respecting the feminine's need for space at this time if that applies, and just allowing it to unfold, trusting the process. If you've come this far, I feel like you've got to know that it's time to trust. The other card from the Lover's Oracle is Twin Flames. Ignite your passion ignites. And so the masculine's really feeling that magnetic pull, and if is aware of Twin Flame label, when you see this card, it's likely that the masculine resonates with the feminine being his twin flame or soulmate on a deeper spiritual based connection that's all about that heart awakening and a new template of love. And the masculine's ready to drop these old templates and truly move into this higher love with the feminine. I love that. So now jumping over to the feminine, I'm trying to go through it a little quicker today. It's been a while since I've done love reads. Been so busy with life. So happy to get back and check in. Feminine now. Beautiful Nine of Pentacles. The single lady card. Just very content, very abundant, bringing it in. Like, ooh, feminine is in her power right now. Very fertile energy. 10 of Cups. Just bliss, like exploding with bliss for her own life, for the things she's creating in this new prosperous beginning, or perhaps blessings coming in for the feminine. I do feel that right across the board here. Like this, the masculine is viewing the feminine correctly with this gorgeous victory pose, getting recognition from her peers, and really effective in her work, able to touch hearts, to create change, to just so the feminine's headspace is very. I like this balance. It's not, if it has been in the past quite focused on the masculine and the connection. It's releasing that, and it's just stepping up into mission in a deeper way, or stepping into your own happiness in a deeper way. The 10 of Cups. I do feel like the feminine is just. What's most important is to be happy and healthy. And the feminine is very aware that she has all that it takes to attract and embody a happy, healthy life. And there's a lot of excitement here about what's ahead for the feminine. And I do feel this is outside of the masculine. This is her own life. But I can also apply these cards to the masculine in that she's a little hesitant, perhaps, with this connection at this time. I mean, I feel in the past it was full steam ahead. Yes, this is what I want. But at the moment, the feminine's perhaps sitting back a little bit, taking a little bit of space and thinking about it clearly, like really trying to think about it. If this is right for her, is this deepening the connection going to perhaps sacrifice her independence in any which way? There's a lot of thought going on there for the feminine about her personal identity as an individual and not wanting to lose that in this connection. The heart space, we have the gorgeous Knight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Nine of Wands. So excited about moving forward for the future, excited about what the future holds, both within the connection and independently. There's a lot of more passionate sexual energy here. So if you're in connection, if you're not in contact, then I can see that this energy is definitely magnetic and you're feeling it through the astral planes. Of course, these wands are very much about those spiritual messages coming through and feeling a high velocity of sexual energy, or just that magnetism that overwhelms sometimes and gives us the goosebumps. And but in contact for those that are in contact or in communication in this reading, very much excited about the intimacy and the new. There's an element of trying new things and spicing it up a little bit, and this I can see that here, really wanting to move forward. So there's that element, but there's still this guardedness too about the direction forward, and the feminine wanting to be in control and wanting to have balance in her life. So the way the feminine is viewing the masculine at this time is reliable, methodical, slow moving, but coming to the party, right? Showing up, really wanting to build something, showing that there's commitment here, showing that there's friendship here, but there's also this sense of loss. So the masculine is, perhaps he's alienating himself or taking him, I feel a slight tinge of victim mentality perhaps at times. But I feel like it's just the motions of this, that the headspace getting too much sometimes for the masculine, like really soul searching this, beautiful commitment, and then the heaviness of fears of rejection or things that need to be put down from the past, old karma. So the masculine's processing some of that stuff, but holding so much hope in his heart because he knows this is such a friendship-based love connection, which is so important, isn't it? We need to be friends with our lovers. So the feminine's desire moving forward at this time is to release anything that does not emotionally serve. Anything that's going to just, I feel like the feminine's put herself through it enough times, especially when you see the Queen of Swords. Like, has she not seen it all? Everyone's floated every little thing past her, and she's just like, no. Seen that, heard that, I know. She just knows. But there's also this sense of not knowing, right? The feminine is sitting with it this week, I feel. Really sitting with it. A bit of indecision, really, really processing I feel like there's a big decision for the feminine to make here. Do I stay? Do I go? Is this worth it? Am I going around the same cycle again if I jump back in here? Like, there's so much inquiry here. I feel like if you combined all these cards together, you'd just get one big hermit card, right? That soul searching, that going within, being your own mentor, quietening down to really truly hear what your heart needs. This is some decisions to be made, some processing, some uncertainty. But just truly, what I get from this the most is just the feminine's wisdom that she's gained from harder experiences in the past and not wanting to relive those, but use that wisdom to apply to the path ahead and make decisions with discernment and decisions that are in the highest accordance with your path, your highest path. So there's almost like this sense of really like the feminine stepping into a deeper knowing of her worth here as well. Most likely action forward is similar energy to desire moving forward. It's still sort of releasing any old stories or paradigms or any thought. I feel like it's not so emotional. It's any thought processes, getting out of the shifting and releasing any of that, any tumultuous energy, shifting that, choosing love over fear. There are a lot of fears coming up for the feminine, which she's working through. But really, there could also be, for some feminines here, more than one masculine that you are considering at this time. There may be another masculine come in to consider. But the masculine I'm reading for in this reading is the one that I feel you will, this one I feel is, that's not for everybody. Not everyone has two masculines, but I am feeling that energy come in for some, where that decision is, do I try this new connection or do I go around again with this other person? Yeah, really sitting with that. I don't know if you can make the decision this week. I feel like life circumstances will sort of take the decision out of your hand, and you will know as things unfold, which is the way, isn't it? Really, can't force the answers to come along. We just have to move through life and make those decisions as we go. And the best way to do that is by keeping that self-care up high, keeping the vibe high, so we can make really high vibe decisions. So the Feminine's Oracle, we've got the Claim Your Identity by the Power Cards Oracle. And so that's very much what I was speaking about before, not wanting to lose self in this connection, wanting to maintain independence and perhaps a level of autonomy. Really standing your ground, coming into your power. And we have Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. That does very much speak of some twin flame energy there. Now I have a card for the both, and it is healing. Imagine yourself with your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed in this very moment. And then the outcome cards were Judgment, Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel that with this masculine, if you've had time apart, you're going to reunite and come back together and have a really big conversation and hash some of this stuff out. Really a lot of teamwork and compromise and coming together. That's what I do see here. So although you're if I'm speaking with the feminine, in a state of uncertainty, I do feel, like I said before, that life circumstances, that could be just getting the chance to sit together and speak, helps you decide what you're going to do with this connection. So I'm going to leave it there. So awesome to be back and read again, and I hopefully will touch in again next week. Bye. Hi everyone who chose group number 2. I'm going to jump straight on in. Sorry, it's been a little while between readings. I've been a bit busy in the personal life, but hopefully we can go back to normal now. So, masculine's headspace. 3 cards for each section's come out, and here we go. Major Arcana of the World, the 9 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. The masculine is a little bit resistant at this time to some changes that are happening within the connection. Perhaps there's been some conflict, disagreements, or something that feels like everything's just blown up. I'm surprised the Tower card's not here, because the masculine, I do think, is feeling a little bit fearful of an ending of a cycle. We do have the World card, which is the completion of a cycle, and I feel this resistance with the 9 of Wands, resistance to walk away from what no longer serves. Like perhaps it's holding on to the things that were said, perhaps it's holding on to the connection as it used to be, rather than allowing it to just fall away and reform, which I think is needed. So this ending, this walking away, this releasing is so necessary. It doesn't mean the end, but it does need to happen. The masculine's heart space, we have King of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. truly sitting, like, the masculine wants this connection to work, wants to move past this without an ending happening, and is feeling a bit fearful of an ending happening with the Ten of Swords, I do feel. There's so much uncertainty, perhaps lack of communication at this time. Perhaps this couple is in silence, just taking some space. But there's so much uncertainty, but a big feeling that this is the end. It's not going to get past this point. There's a lot of that going around and around for the masculine, and just really uncertain about how to handle it and what to do, what to say. I just feel a bit stuck energy for the masculine in regards to this. Viewing the feminine as the Knight of Cups, the Chariot, and the Six of Pentacles. So the feminine is, I feel there's quite a sexual connection between the two, between this couple, and the masculine's holding on to that a little bit and perhaps feeding energy along that cord, because it's like when you connect in that way, it's this feeling of security within the connection coming from the masculine. He feels more secure in the connection when you're intimate together, and so reflecting on those times is helping. I do feel from the masculine. But anyway, outside of that, the feminine is truly wanting to move forward in only connections that are going to nurture her, that are going to be equal and fair. And something's come up here that has not been fair, that has clearly triggered perhaps both parties into needing to take space. This for some people, this could be separate from each other. Like if there's a situation where you haven't come together fully into a union, but are both desiring to, but there's old karma to clear up in your current lives or the masculine's current life, it could be reflective of that as well. Needing to close out some cycles before he can entertain any intimate connection with the feminine. That will not apply to everybody, but some. Seeing the feminine as more confident and in a more balanced at this time, handling this a bit better than the masculine, perhaps externally maybe, but internally there's some tumultuous energy for the feminine here too. In the desire moving forward, we have the Star, the Three of Wands, and the Devil. So like I said, that's the quite lustful energy, really feeding along that sexual cord that is attached between the two here. Feeling the magnetics of the connection and sort of pulsing out into the universe, sending these pulses to the feminine in hopes that she feels the magnetic pull too. Really wanting things to come back together, holding a lot of hope for reconnection, the masculine is, and just waiting. I feel like there's a fair bit of, like, the masculine, there's a lot of uncertainty and fear about what's going to happen at this point, but there's also a lot of hope and faith that that you will both come back together at some point here. The masculine is in an energy of waiting for that. In the most likely action from the masculine, it's reflective of all of this. The Five of Pentacles really talking about, leaving this connection in the cold, giving it space, feeling left in the cold himself, just sort of stepping back, having no choice but to step back, focusing on work, really wanting to focus on the connection and work on the connection together, but respecting any need for space at this time, because it does feel that space is what's needed right now. Temperance being balance, moderation, and patience. So the masculine's approach at this time is going to be cooperative, but just sort of, it's more, I feel the feminine needs to be the one to finish taking space, perhaps. There's some waiting on the feminine in that regard. In the Oracle card for the masculine, he has let it go. So needing to, just surrender to what's going on right now. If this relationship needs to end and finish and complete, allow it to do so. It doesn't mean it won't reform. It just means that what it was is finished. It doesn't serve anymore. Whatever old template you were running off of in this connection, it's not working anymore. A new template is needed. Some healing is needed. And you can't have that unless you let go of the old story. The Romance Oracle is for the masculine. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And yeah, that's more talk on that old template that doesn't serve. This is a higher love. This is a connection that needs to evolve into a higher love if it wants any chance at success. And I do see that's possible here, and we'll get to it. Moving over to the feminine now. We have some quite is mirroring energy. We have got some soulmate, some indication of soulmate connection, possible twin flame connection, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The Seven of Wands, Five of Wands, Three of Swords for the feminine's headspace, really being challenged at this time. Challenged, feeling heartbroken by perhaps consistent bickering, if that applies, or just not being friends, not being able to be out. It's just like this. It feels gritty, and it's not flowing. It's just at this time. Perhaps it's what's come up, but the feminine's really taken a blow by the whatever's happened here. It's caused defensiveness, and I feel like just tired of the old way, the old template, whatever this pattern is that needs to be obliterated. There's a bit of tiredness there from the feminine, feeling a bit heartbroken about it all. In the heart space, deeply reflective and uncertain. We have the Four of Cups, and doesn't that not speak? This was, by the way, facing each other. These two were facing each other, the masculine side and the feminine side. So the feminine's like, the masculine's here, he wants to make this work, he's got this offer, and the feminine's still considering it. It's not so sure, because of the things that haven't worked out in the past, I feel. It's just a little uncertain. Really wanting to make a decision, but don't know how. There's this old paradigm, this old template of love, this old way of being in this connection, or this entire connection, is this wand, and this new paradigm, new to love template, new way of relating and connecting, or new path forward here for the feminine. And she's very well aware that this is a crossroads point with the connection, whether it's to continue onwards, but either way, it has to change. There has to be change, and there will be change. There's just uncertainty about how to make that happen, or what steps to take and when. There's just some more processing to be done on behalf of the feminine, I feel. Now, the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, this Ace of Pentacles, very much like that pentacle he's holding here. The masculine is offering a pentacle, but like, let's do this, let's try again. I don't want this to end. I want to hold on to this connection, the masculine's saying, with this Four of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. I am really trying to shift my perception here. I'm really trying. That's what I'm hearing the masculine. It's like really wants the feminine to know, I am trying my best, and I truly want this higher love with you. I want to release that which doesn't serve. I don't want to bring any crap into the connection anymore, or if that applies, I don't want to repeat old patterns. Yeah, that's where the masculine's at the moment. A little stuck, perhaps, a little suspended, a little needing to take space and go within himself. The desire moving forward for the feminine is a balance. I feel when I saw the Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups, we also have Six of Swords. What I saw here is the feminine really wants the masculine to perhaps balance out some of his emotions in his approach sometimes. Perhaps he's been... I did hear emotionally manipulative when I first saw the King of Cups, so there's perhaps some emotional power play that's happened, and that's may have been what's caused it. But either way, the feminine's desire here is for some more steady, grounded, nurturing, compassionate, understanding energy between the two. Really not just wanting to end the conflict. We don't need to do this. We don't need to bicker or fight or argue. There's a whole different way to go about conflict resolution or de-escalating situations before they even get to that point, if that applies. Really wanting to put down the crap with the Six of Swords. It really is. It's releasing the old emotional baggage and what doesn't serve. It really is. It's the old stories in the head as well. It's truly releasing the past to be able to move on. I do feel in this connection, both or one is holding on to what's happened. and not allowing it to move forward. It could be that it's just too soon. Give it a break, right? But ruminating is not helping, for whoever needs to hear that one. Ruminating is not helping. Most likely action for the feminine. We have the beautiful Fool card, so, you know, some fresh new energy coming in, wanting to just take a leap of faith into this connection again and give it another go. We've got the Lovers and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a twin flame card, but it's also that more of a healthy connection. It's supportive. It's nurturing. And the Lovers, beautiful Lovers card. So that is, again, a divine soulmate type connection, and being in alignment with each other. There's a lot here that speaks about alignment and fresh energy. So the outcome cards, I will do the Feminine's Oracle in a minute, but the outcome cards was the Page of Cups, and I heard apology with that one. And then the Five of Cups came out, Ace of Wands. So there is an apology coming for whoever needs to give and receive. There's an apology here. There's a softening. There's a gentle offering of, let's talk about this. Let's go through what's been painful. Five of Cups here. Let's talk about what hasn't worked out, and let's, you know, light a flame here and nurture it. Let's move forward with this Ace of Wands. I do feel the fresh energy coming in. Yeah. Definitely a connection of hearts, because the feminine is in desire, has the King of Cups, and in the outcome, Page of Cups. So we're having, you know, this is the emotional space. We're having more compassion towards each other and discussing some of these harder things to move past it, to really, Ace of Wands and the Fool card. That's, yeah, so you can expect a fresh new cycle to come in for this connection. Feminine's Oracle cards is be bold, so don't be afraid to speak your truth and say what's not working. Have these conversations when you're ready. And the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith, is the Oracle here. So that's just sort of rehashing everything I've just said here about a freshness coming in, to just not ruminate, to release when you're ready. Things will come good. So in the card joining the two, between the two, we have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. What did I say? I'm going to leave it there. Everything's going to be fine. It's just a matter of processing. We've got some pretty, you know, hectic energies in the sky this year, right? And we've just had Venus go into Cancer, so that is a very sensitive place for the Venus to be. So I'm not surprised some of the patterns I've seen in collective. But anyway, I'll leave it there, and I look forward to connecting again next week. Bye. Hi everyone who chose group number 3. And sorry for the delay in getting readings out. It's been a while. Just had some family visiting and all that stuff. So back to normal now, I hope. Hopefully. So starting off, as always, with the masculine's headspace for this group. And this is an interesting one. Okay, let's just go. So the masculine here, for some masculines, there is 2 people. We have a Queen of Cups in the heart space, a Queen of Pentacles in the mind space. Starting with this one, we have marriage commitment. See, it feels so multi-layered. Marriage commitment with the Hierophant, Star, and the Queen of Pentacles. So this is, on one level, hoping for deeper commitment with the feminine in this reading. But also for those that are still with karmics, perhaps wife, married with children, perhaps that could be the case. Needing to clear that up before this can take place, this connection. And there's this, the masculine doesn't want to do wrong by his person, whoever he is with at this time, whether that's a wife marriage commitment or somebody he has children with. There does feel to be 2 layers here, and the masculine is in this place of it's just like this sense of responsibility to his life circumstances at this time, but also Yeah. It's so true. I don't want to make big statements here because I feel like the masculine, like, what can I say if he doesn't know? He knows that he wants to choose the feminine, but it's the sense of responsibility, and also this sort of like a, it's almost like it's a comfort zone, sort of wanting to keep this connection in a healing energy, wanting to keep it, like, keep hope for this connection to stay alive. The karmic situation, if that applies. The heart space, we have Eight of Wands and the Queen of Cups, and I do feel this is the feminine now. In the heart space, so it's in the mind space. It's, I've got this commitment. I've got to do this, and I've got to, end it properly, and not be the bad guy, and all that sort of stuff. Maybe applied there. But in the heart space, it's all this high velocity energy and love from the heart space directed towards this gorgeous, soft, intuitive feminine. And it's got him a little bit entangled in the mind about it, like feeling, not wanting to be the bad guy, not wanting to have two women. I don't feel like this masculine enjoys that at all, but it's this feminine here has come along, and there's no denying the connection. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. Now it may not apply. Maybe it may not apply that there is two women, and it can possibly be that there's just a conflict within the connection with moving forward, and this couple being in separation, but the masculine really wants healing and movement forward. That it may be, but I do feel for a lot of people here, this is the masculine still in a karmic situation that he needs to finish properly, and feels a little bit like it doesn't feel great about having two people. So in the way the masculine's viewing the feminine, the Hermit, the Strength, and the Moon, so intuitive, she just innately knows what's going on with him, holds space for him. Yes, gets triggered by a little bit and finds it a little hard to stay balanced while waiting for the masculine to come forward and into this union, into this connection. But for the most part, she uses these silences and these triggers for personal growth. Yeah, I really see the feminine as embracing the pain, or has done in the past. I mean, of course it gets too much sometimes and it's overwhelming and we really feel that pain, but for a lot of it, the feminine has investigated her pain and really, really turned it into some personal strengths here through lots of conversations with her spirit guides, with God. But yeah, it may also, it's very reflective that this couple are perhaps not in communication or physical contact. It could be in communication, but just there's some sort of distance. The masculine's desire for the connection moving forward, we have the beautiful Fool card and the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Wands, right? Wands and then Cups. So fresh new beginning, taking this leap of faith, this risk to jump into this newer connection, if that applies, and to put down the heavy burden, to embrace this beautiful Ten of Cups, put down any heaviness. Now, if this is not two women involved with the masculine here, then obviously it's to put down that conflict I was speaking about. Whatever it is that's come up that's made the masculine feel like the feminine's not certain. But yeah, we got Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands, heavy burden and emotional fulfillment and the ultimate happiness. Really, this Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the deck, and it's the desire is to just fall into that and but there's this sense of responsibility there that prevents that. The masculine's most likely action at this time, when I saw the Knight of Wands here, I do feel hot and cold, so not consistent, and that's due to needing to clear up some of his own situation. The Three of wanting justice and like honesty, and not wanting to juggle two women with the Three of Swords, that betrayal energy and the Justice card. So really going back and forwards with that undeniable magnetic pull towards the connection with the feminine, and then this this reality dumping of realizing the responsibilities and the practicalities and the logistics of this situation, and how what needs to shift and change to be able to really fall into that magnetic connection. And yeah, there's a lot of processing going on here with the masculine, and so I feel like the action will be hot and cold. It'll be exactly that, like, whew, this is like, you can't not fall into that when it's passionate, but then things, yeah, you would know what I'm talking about there. The masculine's oracle card, I'll just do that one, is responsibilities. And like I was saying before, that's the sense of responsibilities he has in his life, whether that's married to work or married to a karmic, or some sort of situation that prevents him moving forward with this connection at this time in the way that he would like to. The love oracle is, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time, nothing is missing. The heart oracles for this whole reading are so profound, and I feel like I could just read those and you would get the message you needed, but we'll continue on, of course. Now over to the feminine's headspace. Five of Wands, the Magician, and the Page of Pentacles, and that's more talk of what I was feeling before, actually, about feeling like, first and foremost, there's too many people involved. The feminine is thinking, obviously. It's there's, as much as she's holding space and respecting his situation and allowing all the time needed to shift that, there's also these moments where the feminine is, it does this honor me? What about my needs? And things like that. But also we've got that Magician and the Page of Pentacles talking about turning that pain, turning in any sense of rejection, and really inquiring as to why that feeling came up. Why is there a need for this connection to make you feel whole? And that's been a big part of the process here. So the feminine here is embracing that, embracing knowing that this is just lessons and that this is opportunities for her growth. Yes, conflicted at times. Yes, too many people involved. And yes, miscommunication or lack thereof. But really using that mental mind power to shift the reality, to truly work on the manifestation of this connection coming to be, but also her own manifestation in her life, just sort of getting on with mission and not just surrendering to it at the same time. It's very multi-layered, right? There's a lot of power here in the feminine's mind space. Yeah, like I said, conflicted sometimes, but mostly turning that conflict into power, into growth, into self-discovery. Now the heart space, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. And look at the way these cards just sit. It's almost like the feminine here is looking over at, let's just say the masculine is here with his karmic. They have perhaps a house together or a business together or financial ties, children, that sort of stuff. Something that they've spent a long time building perhaps. And the feminine's there looking at it like, why are you over there doing that? That's not in alignment with you anymore. It's like, when are we going to have this prosperous new beginning that I'm waiting for? It's right here behind me. Like, are you coming? That's what I saw when I saw these images. But also it's that desire, looking at, will this be a long-term thing? Have we got what it takes? Like, really sitting with it. Is this ever going to happen, sort of feeling I get from these cards? But also at the same time is so intuitive. The feminine has been so intuitively guided towards this person, towards this connection. So there's also that grounded faith with the Ace of Pentacles that it will come to be. And that's part of the Page of Pentacles too. You have to believe it to manifest it, right? And the feminine does. The feminine's got so much mental power. It's like being careful with thoughts so that you can only attract what it is you desire, and not feeding into fears, because you don't want to attract more of that. You're truly wanting to level up within self, within connection. And the feminine's desire is met with her action. Now, the feminine viewing the masculine. So, like I said before, with the Knight of Pentacles, some magnetic, romantic, sexy energy that can come in at times, perhaps assisting the feminine when they do connect with, not sexually, but just friendship or advice, or he's made himself available to the feminine only as much as he can be, but still available. I don't feel like it's totally no contact. I mean, it could be, but I feel like the masculine wants to offer help to the feminine, wants to be there for her, but life circumstances that prevent him from totally being there. But that doesn't stop the magnetic pull. It doesn't stop the sexual energy, whether that's verbally expressed or just 5-dimensional, feeling it in the astral plane, entering that cosmic place that you only share with that person, having telepathic communication about, and which comes from not even sending words, but just the feelings in your body of desire, reaching out and touching each other in that way. I do see a lot of that here from both parties, right? It's undeniable, especially when we've got the moon and the devil like this on either side, masculine viewing the feminine with the moon, feminine viewing the masculine with the devil. That is some deeper, darker, beautiful energy, right? It just feels a little bit stop-start as well, and it's a little bit frustrating. Okay, so desire moving forward in the feminine here is to put an end, first and foremost, to being left in the cold, to, let's actually nurture this connection with the Three of Pentacles, wanting teamwork, wanting cooperation, wanting to come together, finish out your old cycles, masculine, and come towards me, the feminine saying here. Really, really wanting to not, just to come out of separation and into union, and just come on, put that, like, I'm done with that cycle. Can we do this together now? Is it time to work together yet? Feminine's most likely action moving forward, extra self-love and care at this time. Stepping back, you have no choice. It's sort of out of your control. So you've been doing that. It's working on self, trying to stop the struggle of love and fear when all these thoughts come up about, is this even going to honor me? Is it ever going to happen? Those sorts of things, feeling like left in the cold, feeling like it's not honoring and nurturing you. As those thoughts come up, it's really sitting, processing this beautiful love connection that this connection has the potential to be. And then these thoughts of love and fear, do I, don't I, is it, isn't it, what? Really needing to up the self-love and just focus on self, just surrender all of this, just totally surrender the connection and focus on self is the message here for the feminine. And that's in your most likely action forward is, a little uncertainty and perhaps you're really not sure what's going to happen, but the knowing in the heart keeps you, sort of gives you solace and it gives you the chance to truly step back. That knowing holds, So the feminine's oracle cards, we have Trust Your Intuition and Self-Love came out. Perfect for what I've been saying so far. Trusting your intuition, and there's this connection, is your intuition has led you towards this connection and towards the personal healing that it's afforded you through self-love, through self-worth, through self-understanding. Oh, goodness me. The other card is Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So more on trusting. The outcome, we have the Emperor, the Temperance card, and the Four of Pentacles. So you can expect very slow, steady communication. If there's been none, you can expect some communication with the Emperor, but it will be coming from a balanced place, and it will also speak of holding tight to each other as well, not wanting to let go, but also not able to come forward fully yet. And so more of what has been, minus conflict if there has been some. Let me just see. Okay, yeah, good. I just want to see more on the type of communication coming forward. Six of Wands just jumped out. We've also got Page of Cups in the bottom of the deck. So very light offerings, very sweet and gentle, nothing huge, just communication, just softness, perhaps assisting each other with something. The Oracle card for the two join is Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are, there is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. And this is very much speaks of the divine timing of this connection, the circumstances, and just allowing it to unfold. And that takes a courageous heart to stand. And that's why you're viewed as the strength card from the masculine, because you are being so courageous and holding space and caring for yourself and just listening to your intuition, and perhaps had a few dark nights of the soul because of this connection, but it's all been there for your growth. It happens for you, not to you, and I feel like that's something you really do know. So yeah, I will leave it there for this week. I hope that gave some sort of clarity or comfort, and I look forward to connecting again next week. Bye.